this is Ebonygeek. You're always welcome to join me in expanding your knowledge base. Comments are always welcome, and please subscribe. Hello from Ebonygeek. We're doing another video concerning Arduino, and it's going to be installing and configuring Eclipse Arduino IDE. Now, the reason for this video is because I actually had a kind of hard time getting it all together. I was using the Arduino IDE. I found that I kind of outgrew it pretty quick, and Eclipse offer a whole lot of other things and functionalities that one don't. So I figured it was the best one for me. Starting out, it happened to be a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be to configure. And so in order to keep anyone else from going through those pitfalls, I decided to go ahead and create a tutorial to explain what I found out. Now, in this case, older is best because the versions that I found is more tried and true. You probably may see some tutorials out there with these versions on there. I found that the newer versions were a little bit more difficult and included you creating your own make files and all that, and some things that I just didn't want to go through. And so I found the simplest way was to go with the tried and true version, and now I'm going to try to show you how to do that easily. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's Google Eclipse download. The version that you want to download is the Eclipse IDE for C++. Okay, and when you choose that one, you're going to come to this page. And of course, we love to get the newer versions, but like I said, the older versions that I found in this case is tried and true. So we're going to go down to Indigo is fine, but we can do Juno. So we're going to do the Juno package, Eclipse IDE for C++. Let's go ahead and do the 32 bits. And it's going to go ahead and download that for us. And let's go ahead and click on that. I'm going to allow it. Okay. So we have our Juno right there. Okay. So while that's going, let's go ahead and get our Arduino started. And we want to not misspell it, of course, and search for it. When we search for it, you're going to get to download the Arduino software. You want to choose, of course, like I said, the tried and true Arduino old software releases. Yeah, it sounds kind of bad, but okay, that's what we're going to do because we're going to have a working version. So when your screen come up, it's going to say previous IDE releases, and that's when you'll know you're on the right part. You want to go down to past these. You want to be in the Arduino 1.0.x. We want to choose 1.05. Click Windows because, well, I would say click Windows. That's the one that I'm doing right now. I may come out with a Linux version later, but for right now, I'm going to go ahead and do Windows. Mac, someone else is going to have to do that because I really not familiar with Mac. Let's go ahead and I believe that's downloading too. Okay, and that's there. As you can see, the Arduino 1.05, that downloads very quickly. You will go to wherever you downloaded your installs at. Mine happened to be, let's see here. I'm going to pull up a new folder quickly. we're going to put this on the desktop. We're going to create a new folder on the desktop. And I find that when you're actually testing things out, that's the best place to put it because that's the best place you'll find things. So my desktop is a little cluttered up right now, but I'm going to title it as Arduino test. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our downloads. Oh, okay, if we could find them, let's go ahead and get our downloads. And we're gonna go into our new folder we made. We're gonna pull out of our downloads there. We're gonna pull out the Arduino file that we made, that we downloaded. We're gonna pull out the Eclipse file that we downloaded. Okay. And then we're gonna get rid of that download page. And so this is what we should come up with as our downloads that we downloaded. So what you're gonna find with these are not actual programs that you have to install. What you have to do is you have to, well, let's see here. We'll name this folder Eclipse Arduino. Pretty simple. Okay. And what you have to do is you just have to extract them. And my folders really are not trying to work with each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extract them to the file that we have here. And so that's Arduino test, Eclipse Arduino. That's the folder that we just created for our files to go into. We're going to extract to that file. Okay. While that's going on, now back to our folder. We have Eclipse extracted to the folder that we want. We're going to go back one folder because we want to also extract our Arduino. Okay, we're going to extract it to our Arduino test, and we want to extract it into the Eclipse Arduino. We want to extract that into the Eclipse folder. That's why we did the Eclipse first. And then we're going to click on OK. And then we're going to extract it. Okay. Okay. And so now we have our Arduino extracted to our Eclipse folder. So what we want to do at this point is go ahead and open up our Eclipse folder. We don't have to do anything as far as the C++ part because it's already included in the Eclipse. Okay. Okay. So what I like to do is for the workspace, I like to put it within the folder. That way, we know where it's at. So let's go ahead and get that into our Eclipse folder. Okay, you could put it wherever you would like though, but I'm just gonna put it in the Eclipse folder. We're gonna create a new folder. Okay, click in there, and I'm just gonna name it 1 because right now we just want to get a working version. So, and sometimes it'll come up with that new folder. That's because it hadn't changed from to the number 1 yet. So I'm just going back in, clicking on 1, and OK. Once we have the location we want our workspace, and we're going to click OK. Now the little bar come across the bottom, and it's creating the workbench and all that other good stuff. Alright. Now once all that's done, we come here. And we have our welcome page. Now we don't need the welcome page, so we're going to X that off. Okay, so then we're going to come to our window here. Now we see that we have a C++ version. We want to now do a little configuring. So we're going to go to Windows, Preferences. I actually click on the arrow, General, click on Workspace, and then you want to click Save Automatically Before Build. And then OK. Alright. Windows, Preferences, C++. We want to go to File Types. Okay. And we want to add a couple things. We want to add some new additions because this is going to be for, well, the way to explain it is that your actual sketches are going to be in C++ and C coding. It's not going to be the .ino that you're used to from the Arduino. You're going to be doing your coding in .h and .c++, C++, or C. I do it in C++ because I never really got used to C, but C is really great. If you know C, you could do anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on New. And let's start with the PDE. What we want to do is we want to type star.pde. And we want to make sure to come down to type. And we want to click on C++ source file. And OK. Now we want to do it again. New. And then star.pde. And we want to go to the drop down again, and this time we want to click C source file. So we now have, two user defined extensions, one being the C++ source file, one being the C source file. Okay, now we're going to go to the more familiar .ino. Type star.ino. And again, we're doing the exact same thing. We're going to do the first one, that C source file. And let me go ahead and copy this. This is a quicker way to do it. You will copy it because you're going to know you're going to do it again. So you want to go ahead and do the C source file and then OK. Okay, and then New. And just paste it. And then you want to do the C++ source file and then OK. So what this means is for these user defined ones, when we actually do our coding with the extension .c++ or the extension C, because .c++ or .cpp is for C++ and .c is for C. When we do our coding for our sketch, which is a .ino, we would do our actual coding in a .cpp, and because we're including it here in the file types SAC source file, then it will read the .in order the .pde SAC source file. So it will understand that even though we're doing .cpp or .c, it's supposed to be a .ino, and so it will upload and work with our Arduino. Okay, and I hope that you understand that. You'll be able to see it more in that when we do an example. So let's go ahead and click OK for this one, because that's all the configuring we could do right now with that. I'm Ebonygeek, and I hope that the information provided has been helpful to you. Please remember to subscribe. Happy building and happy coding.